Okay, you can see here in my one tab, just different tabs I had open on a different day. You can see right here these like make 500 YouTube shorts in 8 minutes, how to make 169 shorts using AI for a faceless channel, right? Um, yeah, someone built some AI, some products with AI and sold them and went viral. Um, yeah, someone made a YouTube Shorts automated channel just with AI in 24 hours. Started um, free talking avatar video out, free talking avatars in just 90 seconds with these two AI tools. Yeah, so this is something I was looking at earlier, yesterday. Okay, and what I'm trying to find, I'm going to show you a couple things, so just bear with me a moment here. Okay, so getting to this topic here, um, this this guy here, I saw a video of him doing that, so now I'm googling for that. So this may be the one here that I found.
In today's video, I've actually got a goal in mind. I want to show you viewers at home just how powerful AI has become in a short period of time. Alright, so Mr. AI generated MattVidPro, how are you doing today? I'm very well, thank you for asking. I'm excited to chat with you and talk about all things YouTube, social media, and AI generated content. What is your favorite social media platform and why? Well, personally, I'm a fan of YouTube, of course, because I do have my own YouTube channel. Well, what about you? Nice. I too am a big fan of YouTube. However, I would also say that I am a fan of Instagram and Twitter. All of these social media platforms are great and have a ton of amazing content on them. I think that it is a very exciting time to be a part of social media and to watch how these platforms grow and change with the evolution of new technologies like AI. I think that AI could really do a lot to help make these platforms even better. Do you think that AI could have a positive impact on social media? And how? I also like Twitter and...
Okay, so there you have that. You can check out the whole video if you want. So while searching for that, you can see here that I found another one. This person said I challenged my AI clone to replace me for 24 hours. This woman, right? So that's another example. We don't have to look at that, but I'm just pointing that out. Now I'm going to show how you can also use this to sell for you automatically 24/7, right? Like people have videos in their funnel, right, that actually sells for them, but they don't have to make that video. As I showed you in Frank Kern's YouTube ad here for his webinar, like he said, he didn't have to act this. So you can actually use AI to write the script, use AI to make the video, and then yeah, you can advertise it and bring people to your webinar. But you can actually have complete video sales letters created with AI. And as he's teaching in the course, you can create entire courses with AI, and then sell them with AI. Okay, and I think there's also um, ad optimization with AI as well, which is another powerful thing too. I have a course on that, and we'll be checking that out at the appropriate time. And also memers are getting into this too. You can see here how to create hilarious AI voice cloning memes with some tool. And that's the same guy here. Because here he's got Joe Rogan and himself. I don't know. Yeah, that's this here. I'll just put the link. Because what we're really going to do is go to a thing about in the funnel. So I'll show an example. Okay, another note of something along the way while I was looking for peaceful profits is this. Top 4 profitable AI opportunities. Okay, number 4, AI services. Okay, and one thing you can do is you can create a service based on AI. You can make a software that does a service and sell it. But if you just sell your service and then you fulfill the thing using AI, I can do that with automating spreadsheets in Excel, for example, right? Do the job for them and use AI to do the work rather than programming it, right? That's an example. That's one thing. You could do gigs on Fiverr. You can even sell high ticket. Okay, so AI services. Number 3, email follow-ups. do email marketing better using AI. Lots of huge opportunity there. Advertising. The person who can come up with and test the most ideas is the one who will win. And you can also use AI to optimize which ads are working and adjusting the budgets to those ads, which is amazing. And then and also content generation, because content marketing is Chris Munch's expertise area. Okay, and he's put that one in #1, and I've also partnered with him. Okay, now we'll go to the thing I'm actually looking for. I gotta find the link, so just a moment, I'm looking for it. Okay, here we're looking at a funnel, and the ad was on Facebook, Peaceful Profits. Get clients, yeah, it's using outreach. Okay, and then you will see on one of, that's the first page. Okay, so this one right here, this video could easily be created by AI, right? And he either has someone else create this video, so it's spoken in third person. It's not the guy, it's not the expert selling his own thing here. He's got someone else to talk about his service, right? So he either hired someone to do that or used a different voice, right? Because you can train an AI with any voice and make that video. And this video could have been made with AI there. I don't know if it was done manually or by AI, but that's an example as well. So you can see that there inside a funnel, and that's on joinpeacefulprofits.com. I'll just get a link so you can actually get to it, and show you that in a moment. Okay, so I have here programs.peacefulprofits.com, and you can see this on this website here. Mike Shreve. Okay, so there's his bio, and that's how they can help. So I go to become a client because we want to see a video. Okay, so now you can see we're on peacefulprofits.com/call, and then you can see here there's a video. So you can make videos like this with AI.
Hello, my dear friend. I hope you're doing well. Mike Shreve here. Thank you so much for checking out this page.
Okay, I think that's him speaking himself actually, right? Not an AI. As you could hear from the beginning of it, he was talking pretty quickly. But the video that I saw in the funnel that I went through, right, from the Facebook ad, not this, but from an ad on Facebook, which I might have to show you that ad. But anyway, I went through that, and after buying, there was a video which would be like this but different, and it was someone else talking about him. There may have actually been multiple videos throughout that process. I think here this is his voice because he says that it's he himself, but it could also be AI, but it sounds pretty fast, so it's probably actually his voice. But the videos that were in that funnel could easily have been made by AI, like this. See, and this is video. This is next generation. You don't need to have it on video. It can just be, with slides, right? And it's showing the words as you're saying it, and then you don't even need to take the time to record that and speak it all. So that's the powerful thing of leveraging your time, because the script can be created by AI, the video can be created by AI, and the voice, the person speaking the whole thing, can be done with AI. So once you do that, you can scale a lot faster. And this one was an example of it, just a very short one, but you can do the entire course with AI, right? And that's what he's teaching in the free webinar from this one. So I guess I have to give you this link also, so that you can also get to that. But this post doesn't have the link to it, right? Because the actual one was the thing that I had over here. So that's the thing, it needs to actually have a real link to it. So I don't know about that. Because when I actually saw it on Facebook, it was the real post, the advertised post, but when I copy a link, it takes me here, but then there's no link of where to go. And this thing also doesn't say where to go in it. There's no URL. So that is one weakness of it. See? Because now it doesn't work if we go here. We don't know where to go. There's no button, and that's only when you see it on the ad. So we have to get the ad to show up in my news feed again to get that thing and to know where to which website to go to. So that's kind of silly. And you may be able to Yeah, that's a competitor. It's something else. But you have to actually search for it. Yeah, that's witty. Frank Kern is the 9th worst surfer in California, and he's great at short bios. That's right there. That won't work. Okay, but it may show up on his page because that video was there. But we want to see that ad. The thing is, that ad, he's been running since that ad since sometime in July, because the video. Oh yeah, I made a funny thing about a microdose. That was not a microdose. Yeah, mine says something like that. The thing is like, oops, that was not a microdose, right? It was a full. I'll pop that up. Yeah, so that's in here in this no problem thing. My cheetah, my OG Bitcoin cheetah, and that shroom bit there. Yeah, so that wasn't a microdose. It's no problem. Yeah, so anyway, we're not going to see it here because the video that I pointed out to you, which is still, this ad is still running. I think that he posted that video originally like July 20th or something like that. Yeah, you can see that here, and so now we don't even know where the link is to it. So yeah, sorry about that. I can't do anything about it. If I do see that ad again, then I will be able to just get the link and share it with you. Right, so the point here is that a video like this that's on that page, if I have that video playing, that can easily be made with AI. Okay. It doesn't, I don't have the video playing, but I did look at part of it.
I'm Joanna Stern, and I'm excited to host this video. No, I am the real Joanna. Okay, so I cloned myself. Kinda. Howdy. Why? Well, the latest AI tools that generate text and images already make it hard to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. What's coming next with AI-generated voice and video is gonna blur the lines even more. So I came up with a...
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about right now. And then you can see another example of that here, right? We interviewed deepfake Tom Cruise, right? This is not Tom Cruise. See? We won't watch that, right? I'll just provide a link to it. It's just another example to show you how this fits. And also, yeah, and also deepfakes. Okay, yeah, this is quite impressive. Take a look at this demo. You will be quite impressed.
Nominated actor. I think there's bubblegum inside this. People are surprised that a big Dave Matthews guy.
But believe it or not, that's most definitely not Tom Cruise. Nor is this with me in our LA bureau.
This is serious, breaking news, but a little behind the scenes, a little flavor. I'm with one of the most legitimate correspondents on Earth. Now, if you're interviewing me, Jacob, you face it. Hold on just a sec, there's a big fire. We're safe.
Okay, how is that a fake, right?
Fake Tom Cruise. That's me. That's me.
Okay, that's quite impressive, right? It's very, very realistic. Okay, I'll add a few links to videos here. I have not really checked these out yet. This is one of them. And here's another one.
This faceless YouTube channel is making up to $42,000 per month. Just
and here's
YouTube Shorts
another
is
one.
generating 30 billion daily.
And also this one here.
I built multiple products using AI and tried to sell them online by running paid ads. And
yeah, that's a really good experiment he did there. You might want to check out that case study.
These shorts generated over 500 million views. So today I'm going to start a similar channel only using AI.
Imagine earning a lucrative income through simple YouTube shorts using the power of ChatGPT and Canva.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, caveat, I haven't checked those out yet, right? So I don't know if it's real or what. But anyway, this is an example, and you can generate, some people say they can generate a lot of videos rather quickly, right? Because AI actually does the work. If you can figure out how to do that, then you can make those. You can have a new channel, right? Like, or a new Instagram account or a TikTok or any of them, and just have all these videos go up on there that are all created automatically, and they're modeled on videos that are actually successful. Like if you, like for example, if you have, okay, well I'll throw these links in, but then I will show you, like for example, if you have an Etsy store, what's a good way to promote your Etsy store? Pinterest, right? So which are the top 23 Pinterest posts, Pinterest accounts? Because Pinterest is about emotion, and the video, okay, yeah, we'll just come back to it. Okay, so here we go. This post has 24 top Pinterest accounts or boards. So this recipe one, there are a lot of mouth-watering things that are photographed. 4 million followers. Yeah, the user, Joy, or Ojoy, has 13 million followers. All right, you can drive a lot of traffic with Pinterest, and it's also, yeah, it's very emotion based, and it's related to Etsy, like design. You'll see that some of these are about design. All right, yeah, and then people can buy things that go into their house, right, on Etsy, and you can put your art on their walls, right? You can create things and create a product, and then they can buy it, and it just prints and puts on the wall. But before doing that, I would probably start with digital products, just because it's easier. So you can create the art, they can buy it as a digital thing, and then print it themselves and put it up. And you can also do it with backgrounds, right? For backgrounds for the computer, like the desktop, or for Zoom, like virtual background for when you're on Zoom, or wallpapers like to go on your phone or on the laptop, so those digital downloads. And then yeah, then you can turn it into physical things like with Printify. Okay, oh yeah, I'll just put another video on how that works. Right, so like this, Olga had asked earlier about when I had mentioned, because she said, can you like print the art put it up on the wall on canvas and stuff, and yeah, I said any art can become a product. All right, and yeah, Printify is one of those platforms you can use, and then it will integrate with your Etsy store and create products onto your Etsy store when you create them on here. Okay. So this video here will show you how that works, and you can use the art from Midjourney, but make your own art. But you can make variations of other things or create your own and even make them better. And the idea is basically find out what's selling really well on Etsy, make something similar or even better, and use Printify to integrate with Etsy and sell physical products in your own store. And these are some of the hot sellers in the actual formats, like coffee mugs, posters, phone cases, and canvases hang up on the wall hanging, mouse pads, and even clothing. And if you create a tile, you can create a tile pattern and put that on the clothes. I'll show an example of a tile pattern. I'm putting together some links right now, so I'm adding this one that I found. Yeah, I'm adding that one to what we had already. We just need to add in those other ones in there, which were the ones about making a bunch of videos, generating those. I don't know about that yet. I'll just put a few links just to share them with you. It's all coming together.
In today's video, I'm going to show you how I cloned myself for $11 in 5 easy steps. So the first question you could ask me is, why would you even clone yourself in the first place? Well,
and that's not the cloned him, right? That's the real one. Here's a video where he's presenting it, but he's showing how he did it, and then somewhere else you would see the actual cloned one. But yeah, he used first generate image clones, including a cartoon avatar for $10 with OpenArt AI, right, or Midjourney. And then cloned his voice, that cost only $1 with ElevenLabs.io. Generate a script, that costs nothing with ChatGPT. Generate a voiceover MP3, that's an audio file, with TTS using the cloned voice. See, so you create your own voice, and then you can have that voice read the script. See, and so now you can automate and scale. That's really cool. And then fifth, he generated a video clone, also for free, with this one. Okay, so this is very valuable video, right? Not a lot of views, but it's valuable in that he showed exactly how he did it. Okay, great. Okay, so now we'll move on again. I am trying to find the tiles thing. When I typed in tiles, it didn't work, or tile maybe. And so I may have to look through and find it, or just generate another one, which I can also just do. Yeah, with this, I am just going to generate it again, because when I search for flowers, we get all these because I mentioned flowers in the prompt, right? And that can just go on forever. And we may not even see the one that's a tile, because maybe when I wrote that prompt, it doesn't even say the word flowers. Maybe it just says flower and whatever, right? It could be something else. So I'll just generate it again. There's an odd one, eh? Yeah, and these were good. The sun god Ra. I have me as this, and this is also where I put the angel the first time. That's before I got the idea with the gold armor. So this is a week ago. Yeah, and I did some, yeah, it's like King Henry VIII and a Simpsons character. Remember, that's just a work in progress. It's a very early iteration. It's like at near the very beginning, because as you iterate it and make it look more like you, that happens over time, right? And this one here, like a Roman emperor. Okay, I also had characters like in the Great Gatsby, and also here in Clockwork Orange over there. Yeah, here we're looking at some experiments with coloring book pages to demonstrate that we can make them. And I'm not going to make a book like that, right? I'll make it on some topic. These were early experiments. But you can see some here using Niji. I think this one's using Niji. Using the anime version of Midjourney. So I'll show that. There, if we take a look, you can see in there, copy full command, right there, Niji 5, style cute. There's 4 different styles. Okay, yeah, so copy full command. That gets you the prompt and the arguments and any image prompt, which there is not one. That's the parent link there. So that was with Niji. It's an anime version of Midjourney. And this thing is a kind of surreal painting. It totally changed when it went from Midjourney 5 to 5.2, interpreting the same prompt, which you were familiar with before. This looks very different. It's partly because it says surreal in here, and DALL-E. How would you like to swap your face into one of these? I think this is a good one here. Or this one, or that one. You can see that one's quite different, and that might be using Niji over there, the anime version. We'll take a look once those load. But yeah, I have a feeling that I'm not even going to see the tile thing back here, because now I've scrolled all the way back to the July 7th, I believe, where we get back to where I did this, right? I combined the reptile thing with the woman, the creature. Well, it created this creature, but that was, yeah, that July 7th thing, like this. Something here, yeah, that's basically it. It was at that time where I combined those and put that together. Yeah, so what I was talking about there was combining this one with a different one and then resulting in that, I believe. So when I did that, I used blend. I also used imagine, so I tried different ways, and this is one result, right? We can create infinite offspring or results from it, imagining and also blending different images. These were the two input images. Just for fun, energy number 18, and this creature. Yeah, so that was one of the results. And what you could see here was some of the not this, right, but it's kind of starting there. You can see some of the upscales from that time, but let's ignore that. I think I will actually go and see how I generated the tile, because I thought that I would have to, that it would take a bit of work to find that, because I don't know where it is. And then I figured that if I just looked back, I would find it pretty easily, but that was not the case. And of course, going and looking back like that is not the most efficient way to do that, because you normally just use a search, but when I searched for it, it didn't come up, and I don't know why. I tried flower, flowers, floral, whatever. I'm gonna have to look up how I did that and just share that with you in a moment. But before that, we do have to look at those, right? So this was with Niji, right? The anime version. This is just with regular Midjourney 5.2. So this would be Midjourney, right? Probably 5.2. It doesn't say, but it was July 17th. I think it could be 5. It could be 5, 5.1, or 5.2. And then here, yeah, not Niji. So it's just regular Midjourney. And that one is Niji. See, Niji 5. Alright, so you can do that. So, right, so here we have this. This is, I'm no longer in my own server where we did the face swapping experiment. I'm just back in direct message with the Midjourney bot. So if we change it to Niji, we can just go like this, and I think that will do it. And then I'll also show you settings now too. In the Q&As yesterday, getting Wendy set up from the very beginning with Discord and then Midjourney, I didn't show her settings, that command, right? We did use remix, we did use info, I think, at the beginning, maybe, but we definitely switched remix on and off, or switched it on. But yeah, if you go /settings, then you get these here, and then you can pick which algorithm you're using. So you use the latest model, 5.2. It used to have a bunch of buttons there. Now it's changed into this drop down. Use the latest model will automatically be the latest, whichever is latest, or you can select whichever one. Model version 5.2 or 5.1 or back to 5. So there's Niji model 5, version 5, and Niji is the anime version. So here's a version 4. And if you go back to version 4 of Niji or of Midjourney here, then you will see that it's more artistic, and we can do that also. Okay, so if I switch the version, we can see what happens. If I just click this button again, we'll see what happens, but I think if we take a look here, notice that we're not typing in there --v space 4. Like we didn't type anything there, so I'm not sure what will happen, because I'm just doing a remix of this, but I did change the settings. So we'll see if the output goes back to an earlier version or not, based on that. And if you want to make it, if you definitely want it to, we will try that. So remember, I went in here and did Niji space 5. Okay, well this time we'll do that with 4, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so with these tests, we will then see how this works. Here the prompt's too long to see the end of it because it's super long, so we don't know, but this could be the anime version because I did a variation of it, strong variations rather than subtle, and I put Niji 5, I think. So that could be this here. Not sure if that worked or not. Okay. And the next one is this thing here. That's the tricky part with the, well, we have to do this test with a very short prompt, like just a shorter one that's reasonable, so we can actually see the end of it. Otherwise we can't see which version it is, because you have to go to the web for this thing, but you can't click the link to the web if you haven't upscaled yet. If you upscale, then you'll get that link, and then we'll be able to see it. But see, that takes more steps, so it is not a good idea, right? Yeah, so we'll do the test with a shorter prompt then, because with this point you can't even tell which algorithm it's using until you get to that point. Okay, so then we will, I upscaled one, right? So that's good. So go to the web for that. Then I'll open ChatGPT and just say to summarize that prompt. So we'll just have a shorter version of it. Or we can use what I already have before as a short version of it. Yeah, here we'll just summarize it. So I'll go copy full command, and then in a new chat, well, we don't have to ask please, right? Summarize this Midjourney prompt. Okay. Okay, we don't exactly care if it uses the image prompt, although we can have the image prompt in there. I'll put the image in there again, or use one of these. We'll go from the one that we were doing, like I was looking at this one. I've actually got one where I face swapped myself, and we can use that. So that would be up here. Yeah, so that's from this one. So if we just go to my face swapped version, that's here. So I need the link to that. Go back to direct messages with the bot, and then we'll add this in. Okay. Alright, so now you can see I've got a shorter prompt rewritten by ChatGPT there. Okay, and then we got this Niji5 thing. So we'll add that in. So here you can see it says version 4. Yeah, it says version 4 there at the end of the prompt. I didn't type that, right? That's there automatically because in settings I set it to version 4, right? So that's why it's like that by default. And then if we try a different one, we can do that at the same time, right? That way we don't have to wait for it to complete, which I think it just did. But I meant earlier, well, because that took a minute, we could have put a different one in at the time. So I'm going to try this. We don't want it to put Niji5 or whatever, and then also dash version, like put version 4 too. But you notice it didn't automatically add that, so that's good. Okay. So we'll go and put this in and go Niji4. So we've got version 4, we've got Niji5 and Niji4. See, it's done here, this thing with version 4, because I've set it to version 4. And then we can change it to the more recent one. Yeah. So I guess we'll just do the same thing with version 5 now. I guess we can just make it show each one. So we'll go to 5, and then we'll also do 5.1, and then also 5.2. So that's what I mean. Normally I put in at least a few prompts so I can test a few things against each other and then look at them, right? Because you can go back to what you did generate and then just review them. So here's one with, this is the image I actually input, right? So this hasn't generated yet. This is just me putting a message in without doing imagine, so that doesn't do anything. That's why it showed up like that there. See, it doesn't say imagine. Okay, so now we will see what we got here. well, they're not there yet. What about the Niji ones? Well, here's Niji 5, and then there's Niji 4. So we'll do the 4 first. So it's supposed to be an anime version, and so this is creating like me as an anime character based on that prompt, and also referencing the photo, which we'll see here. Okay, referencing this photo where we've got a result of a face swap. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting there. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect right off the bat. It just needs to be something, just an approximation. And then if you like it, then you do like variations or upscale. If it's really good, just upscale it. If it has potential, then do variations. And you can start building a family tree from it, like more variations, and even steering them if you have remix mode on. So here's Niji 5. It's the anime version of Midjourney. It's just now version 5 instead of version 4. So you can see that it's higher quality, more clear. Yeah, okay. I'll upscale the first couple of those. Like out of these, whichever one I think is best, I could just do variations of. Yeah, okay. I'll do number 2 there, the one on the right. And then, see, if we want to play with this a bit, we can do a different prompt there, right? This prompt. So I did variations of that twice, so that'll give me 8 images, because each time you get a grid, right? If we ask for something else, this is basically what I've got in there. Yeah, so then if we say, like, let's make this, and maybe just a kind of in a style of something. Okay, so can you rewrite this in an impressionist style? Impressionist palette. So I'm not sure if that will work, because it's not a literature style, it's a painting style, right? So you might have to say you want an impressionist palette knife painting, right? Like that thing. But the way I asked for it like that, it's different. It's going to be completely different, right? So we may say, yeah, I'll just ask for it another way, and we'll try that too. So that's this, and we are doing this with this image and Niji 5, right? So this is what I was getting there. Okay, with the image, we'll get ChatGPT to keep including the image too, just so we don't have to do another step. I'll add that in, and also the version if we can, which I believe you can, because these are just arguments. You can have them added in on the prompt. So this is what we've got there. So this prompt, I'm going to rewrite my question here. All right. Okay, so can you rewrite this Midjourney prompt to so that it will generate a painting in an impressionist palette knife style. Okay, so let's try something like that, and then here's the prompt, and then we need a link in that prompt at the beginning and Niji 5. We need that to stay on there. And this is the link that I've been using, so I'll put that there too, and I want it to stay the same like that. So let's see if this works. Yeah, no, you don't have to refer to the image, but it says it can certainly help creating a description that might inspire an artist to paint the scene you've described in an impressionist palette knife style. So that sounds good. Yeah, picture a canvas alive with vibrant colors and bold strokes. It's quite a long description here. Okay. So it's giving instructions to a painter or to an artist, all right? Okay, and then I will tell it, I didn't want you to read that link. That link is just part of the post that I want it to be in there. Yeah, the link, I didn't want you to follow or analyze its data. Instead, the link or any links I give you in this conversation are part of the Midjourney prompt. Okay, so, and should be ignored and included in the, yeah, they should be ignored by you and included in your output at the beginning of it. And do not label them as links. Just include the URL or URLs next time and from now on. Thank you. Okay, we'll try that. And yeah, so then in the future we will create a thing for training it, like a setup for the chat, and then I'll give you that as a template, right? So you can use it. So you can see the first time I used it was back here, and I had to tell it to do that, and you can see that it was doing it once I told it how. See, it was putting link to images in the prompt, and I'm like, yeah, but don't say link to images, right? And it's got to have the prompts, but at the beginning, and then it said link to images again, see? But it's like, okay, we'll put it at the beginning, but don't say link to images, just include them at the start, see? And there you go. And so, and then you can see that when I ask it to rewrite it, it's fine, it works, and there's the links at the beginning, right? And it works, and make it more fanciful, and there you go. And then go back to before you made it fanciful, but make it whimsical. See? So that'll work. So I'll give you it as a template, so you'll be able to reuse it. Okay, so here, what we'll do, yeah, we're just trying those, so we have to see what happens. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got with these experiments here. So I got this Niji5 thing. We'll go back to, yeah, I guess this is where we are. What the heck is this? Something else? Did we look at that already? Yeah, so we were back here. We got the version Niji5. I guess the same prompt with Niji4. Yeah, we looked at both of those. Okay, then I did a variation of this. And then I said, let's try it with a different prompt, right? So then we'll go here and see what that is. So this is one way, and this is another one down here. Yeah, so we have that. And I'm not sure if I've already put this in as a variation, but I'll try it. I know I put it in as a imagine. So here we'll leave the link there and just add this in and leave that Niji part. I'm going to get it to add those and keep those there, so it's all automatic. Okay, then we have this one here. That's another prompt. Okay, so notice I'm doing variations of the same one, the one that I chose there, like I'm curating, and then I'm making different variations of it, remixing by editing the prompt. I'm making a remix. So that's this one here. Okay, here's a curation tip. Yeah, I have a template. We may have to go into, I guess we'll use one like that. So first copy the template before you use it. Okay, and we'll let that load behind there. And so here I'm talking about this one. I can just do this image if I want, right? Or do the whole thing. Shift Window S. I'm gonna do that part there. Put that in here. You just click in the cell and then paste it. Okay. And then I'll go here, copy message link, and put that there. Now that's my private link, right? not yours. It's in my private message chat, but that's fine because this is for me doing my thing. When you're doing yours, you can do the same and it will work. Okay, so now we'll see what else we did. So remember, we tried like the same prompt, but with like Niji 4 and Niji 5. Those are anime versions of Midjourney. We also tried like 5, 5.2, whatever. So here's 5.2. So you can see it's not an anime version of it. This is regular Midjourney. And if you want photorealistic, say so, right? If you want realistic, hyper-realistic, surrealist, you just have to say so in your prompt. And then if you want it to be, more artistic instead of photorealistic, you might put in a different style that you ask for, and you might also increase the stylized value. Okay, so here we have version 5 now, right? Okay, and okay, so this is this upscaled Niji 5 thing here. So then you, if you like this, you could then do variations from it and try different prompts, right? Here's the other one. That's the one that I did a bunch of variations from when it wasn't upscaled yet. That's what we were just doing. So this is the upscaled version of that. So you can go to the web. We can have a link to it, just like these things here, right? And you can swap your face. If you want, you can swap your face into any of these. Like that's a good one, if you like it. Okay. Right? And so then we have this one, Niji 5. So I did a variation of that. Yeah, so you can see how they're similar. So they're variations of basically this image here. Okay, and then this one with Niji 5. More variations, same thing. Okay, now we got version 5.1. Yeah, this looks different. Right, it definitely looks different. And so that's why you can experiment with that. It's another thing you can try also to see which style you want to create. And here it says, okay, with Niji 5, and this is using this, I'm not sure where this prompt's from, or if that's a new one that we created here. In the wondrous realm. Oh, okay, that's what it was before. In the wondrous realm of clouds. Because it was really long, and I asked to bring it down to like 100 words. So this is before that. Okay. Picture canvas. This is where we said we want. It's when I said I wanted it to be a impressionist and palette knife style, or maybe reverse that, a palette knife impressionist painting. Okay, and I don't think it's included those words in there, right? I think it's describing it and hoping that then they'll paint it in that way. But the way I would normally do it is actually put those words in at the beginning, right? Being simple, being, of simple mind. Okay, so this is cool. All right, and that's still in Niji 5, right? Rather than using Midjourney. So it would be different if it wasn't Niji, because that's the anime version. Okay, so this is that long prompt. Okay, this is that one for the impressionist thing. So you picture a canvas with vibrant colors. Okay, cool. So we get lots of options. Alright, so that was with Niji 5 though. You could do the same. It's a remix, so it's a variation of something. And this is the prompt. But I'll change it. I won't use Niji 5. I'll just use the latest version of Midjourney. So this is the prompt. I'll copy it. We'll go to this thing here. This whole thing. Not that. Not Midjourney bot. But all this is the link to the parent. Okay, so we'll go back there. And I was doing variations of 2. So I'll do that one. We're in remix mode. We can edit the prompt. I'll select all, Control A, then Control V to paste, right? Not C. So paste in what I copied, and I'll just change one thing. Yeah. So instead of Niji, I'll do version 5, maybe 5.2 for the latest version. We can do both. So I'll have version 5.2 versus version 5 with the same prompt, versus version 4 with the same prompt. And the thing with that flower, that tiled flower thing, we'll just leave that for another day. because I actually have to go and do something, and I'm late. I'm quite late now too, so we have to just end it for now, because that other thing I have to look up where I got the inspiration for it from, because I just copied and pasted it, and then I did my own thing and changed it into a tile. And I'm not sure why I don't see it in my on my profile, but it doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so see you again soon. Right. Yeah, this is inspired from a one of the things that was on the community feed. Probably on hot, not top. Top is like of all time. It just has a small list, but it does change. They do change over time because it's whatever's voted highest. Probably with the latest version of Midjourney. But in here though, there was, that thing was in here recently. Doesn't matter though. That was just like yesterday or the day before. Okay, and I made my version of it. There's a cool elephant. Hyper realistic psychedelic art with an elephant face and repetitive patterns. See, if we turn that into a tile, is this one? Yeah. Okay, if I do, I don't know if I can just copy the job ID and show it or not. If not, we can reference this image, right? So to do that, let's go copy the full command. Remember that? Yeah, see, I can't do the other one. So I'll imagine there's that prompt. We can just create a new one. It won't be the same as this one because it's just using the command, right? So we do imagine and put that in there. Copy full command. So I've already done that. That's here. So then if we want to reference this image, copy image address. Right click image, copy image address. Okay, paste that in, space, right? I'm just separating it with a space there. Okay. So that's the step there of how you can do that. And then of course if you wanted to change it, instead of just using the same prompt, you write it differently. And if you want ChatGPT to do the work for you, you can do that. Like copy full command. I could do a new chat or just put it here also. Okay, so I'm gonna ask it to rewrite it. Oops. Okay, so can you rewrite this Midjourney prompt to make it more surrealist? Yeah, there. Okay. So something I'm going to do is, hopefully, well, I will do it, I just don't know exactly when. But what I want to do is set up a template to teach the ChatGPT. So you put it at the beginning when you're initiating the thing and telling it what you're doing. Here I just jumped right in. I just asked it to do that, and it obviously summarizing, it knows how to summarize, so that's easy. But telling it that it is an expert at a thing that you're doing is a good idea. You can tell it that it's an artist. I've already written a thing in my phone, so I'm gonna be sharing that with you soon. I'm gonna start testing it and sharing it with you. Yeah, so we asked for it more surrealist, and look at what it's done here. And there is, like, I don't know why there's a link there. That link, I think it's still just keeping the same link from before. We have this link. What is going on here? That might be something else, basically. It's just keeps including it, maybe. Yeah, because I added this thing without a link, and it's still got a link, but that'll be something else. I don't know what it is. But yeah, ignore that for now. That doesn't matter. This wouldn't happen if you started a new chat, right? It wouldn't have that link. Okay, let's see what happens with this here. So we can imagine that, but notice I don't have these arguments, right? So we should still include the arguments, but see, that's going back to version 4. Okay, we don't want that. Let's go to the latest version. Can you just, yeah, I think you have to go to settings to change it. Okay, let's see. So this one right here, not this. talking about the elephant. Right, so we found it. So version 5.2. Okay, so you can see here this prompt, right? We want these two. When I put that longer prompt in, I want those to still be on there. Otherwise it's not going to be the same. And that's version 4, right? This part here would be different if it was in the latest version also. Okay. There. Okay. So this is what it generated with the same prompt. It looks similar to what was there, but obviously not the exact same. Okay. And we add the image link in, or we're going to. I think I may have tried it before. It didn't work with the link. This link, if that doesn't work, we need to do it differently, or just upload the image again. But this is supposed to work. So this is the prompt we want, and I'm in the latest version now, so that should work. And that's using that thing. It's using that rewritten prompt here. Okay. Make it surrealist. Okay. Yeah, so it needs to keep these things, but we have to tell it to do that, right? It doesn't know. So that'll be another thing we should put in the training when we start the thing, when we prime it. It's going to need certain instructions about the links, the dealing with how links should be dealt with, and also this part needs to stay on the end of it. Okay, so that's something else we'll edit, we'll upgrade. Okay, and now that we've generated this, then we'll turn it into a tile, which I think you just go -- tile to do. So I'll pick one of these. I guess this one. Yeah, I'll do that first one. So go variation of that. But I'll add another argument to make it a tile. So to make a tile pattern that repeats and it connects to itself, and the tiles they repeat. It's like those are often done as like a floral pattern. Yeah, so it failed again with the link. So we had this thing. This prompt worked fine. Sometimes it didn't work, and then it did work, and then here I added tile, and I think it doesn't work, right? It says invalid link. It's the same link again, but there should be nothing wrong with it. So yeah, we'll continue that in another video, I guess, because I'm actually supposed to go. Yeah, we'll just leave the tile thing for another time because this failed, and you'd have to run it again, and it doesn't really matter at this point anyway. I'll hit imagine here. I mean, I'll do this, and I can do that. And the other thing is about fast and relax. If we put it into relax mode, then it won't use fast credits, right? It will be on relax. So since I'm not going to be here, if I then put that prompt in repeatedly, it will then do that. But you can use the repeat command, so you don't have to keep putting the same prompt in. And see, with ChatGPT writing a prompt for you, you can then create more variations quickly with less work, right? And so here we're going to go repeat. But the thing is, before doing this, I should make sure that I've got the command right, which is this tile thing. So, like here it's generating right now. We don't have any other confirmation. I can Google it. That one's just about done, so I basically don't need to. Yeah, because that's going to be a couple seconds, so we're going to know already anyway. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to know for sure. Yeah, there, it made an abstract thing. Surreal melds with the abstract as reality distorts into trippy visions of impossible geometries. See, so it's a kind of surreal thing. Okay, so this is cool. This is highly advanced art here. And look, you get a different thing every time, right? And you get graffiti, you get abstract. That's crazy. Okay, so that's really cool. But is it really a pattern? It has to connect to itself when you tile the thing. If you add a thing on your background and you turn on tiling, then you'll see it just tile, and repeat, and then you'll see whether the tile is valid. So that's one way to check it. But we'll go into trying stuff with tiling in a different video. This thing worked. The prompt worked, obviously. This is the aspect ratio. I can go back to square if we want. If you just go 1:1, that would be square. See that part there? But I can also take it out, because 1:1, a square, is default. And I'll go repeat and just put 10 times, and then I'll leave that for another time. And normally I use fast mode, not relax. Yeah, you can only do repeat in fast mode, which would be fast, just like how I typed relax, that command. Yeah, so we can go back to fast, and then you could just run it again. But I don't need to do the thing. This is kind of strange here. I haven't seen that before. The bot is basically ignoring me now, right? And that's okay, because I already said I was going to leave anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, and then we could do this. You may be able to run that. That's just doing that. Imagine that prompt with repeat 10. So now it's doing it, see? So it'll do. So we'll just check that another time.